Hi everybody and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about my top 10 beauty tips. I've been receiving requests over a number of months on what different techniques that people want to know or different tips that I have for certain things. So I've managed to put it into about 10 little tips, and so without further ado, let's get on with it. Now my first tip would be invest in some coconut oil. Now this is my coconut oil from just an organic store or like a health food store. It's 100% raw organic coconut oil. So that means it's just basically being extracted out of the coconut and put in this jar. During winter, this will solidify, so it won't be as liquidy as it is now, but because it is summer and it's a bit hot at the moment, it is completely liquid. This is great. I like to cook with it. I like to bake with it. I also use it for a lot of beauty related things. So the first thing I want to mention is using coconut oil as a makeup remover. Now I just use a cotton pad like this and I dip it in the coconut oil and just rub it all over my face. Now this just lifts everything off your skin. It gets rid of eye makeup. It's just fantastic. It's really gentle, great for sensitive skin. It's also not too bad for oily skin as well because it's all natural and you're just going to wash it off later anyway. So I use that to remove my makeup, then I cleanse my skin, and then I moisturize with my normal moisturizer. The other thing I love to use coconut oil for is shaving my legs. When I jump in the shower, I just lather my legs up with some coconut oil and then I just shave away. And what it does is it leaves my skin nice and smooth, so I don't have to jump out of the shower and moisturize. So it's just basically 2 steps in one. I get nice shaved legs and silky smooth skin. It's also great for your cuticles, so if you just rub it onto your fingertips, it softens the skin around your nail, and then you can push back your cuticles with your fingernail, and it just makes everything nice and soft and smooth, and then you can get nice deep nail beds. I like to use it as a hair treatment, so what I do is I just rub a bit of coconut oil through the ends of my hair and then leave it in for about 10 minutes, and then I go and shampoo and condition my hair, and it just leaves it feeling nice and healthy and soft. So tip number 2 is hair related. Now I sort of have 2 tiny little tips that I wanted to mention because both of them I think are really valuable. So for anybody that likes to lighten their hair, so my hair is naturally sort of a very ashy dark blonde color, so I like to put some blonde foils in my hair to sort of reduce that mousy brown look that I have. So what I like to do between appointments, so I get my hair colored every 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, is I like to put some baby powder in my roots. So what it does is it just slightly lightens my natural hair, which will give it a nice light gradient effect, so my regrowth doesn't look as harsh as it usually would. So that's great for reducing oil as well as lightening your natural hair color. My mini tip number 2 for hair is to test your heat protectant. So I know that I just go and get some cheap hair protectant from like Priceline or Woolies or something. I just get whatever is on special, but I didn't actually know if it was doing anything. It just smelled really great. So I spoke to my boyfriend's mum, who is a hair color specialist, and she said to spray a little bit on the back of your hand and then put the blow dryer on it, and if you feel the heat coming through, then the heat protectant's not doing anything, but if you feel it sort of blocking the heat, then it's working. So that's a great little tip to know if your heat protectant is working. Tip number 3 is all about your skincare, so how often you should wash your face, how often you should exfoliate it during the week. So I wash my face morning and night with my Corrector gentle skin cleanser. This is just great after I use my coconut oil to remove my makeup. I just wash this all over my skin, and it removes all the oil that I need it to without stripping my skin of my natural oils. So I wash my face twice a day with my Corrector and then I moisturize. But about 3 to 4 times a week, I like to exfoliate my skin with my St. Ives Naturally Clear Apricot Scrub. Now this product can be quite abrasive, so it's quite rough on the skin, so you need to be quite gentle when you're massaging it into your problem areas. But yeah, the other option is you can get some organic honey and brown sugar and just massage that, and that's more of a light exfoliant for anybody that has sensitive skin. Tip number 4 is all about foundation. So you need to understand that the purpose of foundation is to even out your skin tone. It's not necessarily meant to cover anything. So when you're applying your makeup and you're seeing some redness still poking through or some blemishes, go back with a concealer and then recover it, because you don't want to put any more makeup on your face than you necessarily need, because that's when your makeup starts to cake up and it starts to crease and it looks really terrible. Tip number 5 would be to conceal and color correct. Now, if you have very dark under eye circles or you have lots of pigmentation, hormonally women get it sort of around the nose and the chin and sort of the cheek area, I would go in with a color corrector, and I'll insert a video here. Under your eyes, you need to use a salmon toned concealer, and then on your redness, you need to use a green toned concealer. What that will do is it will just neutralize the skin tone. It will counteract with those colors. Then it will leave you with a nice even base for you to put your foundation on top of. When you apply your foundation, you need to make sure that you stipple it on, so you need to press it on. That way you don't move the color corrector around. Tip number 6 is you need to understand the difference between a contour and a bronzer. A bronzer usually has a bit of shimmer, and all that's meant to do is give you a nice summery glow. And I'll insert the video here, but basically it's meant to go on the high points of your face, so wherever the sun would naturally hit. Whereas a contour should be a purpley grey tone, because it is meant to act as a shadow. So whatever you want to sink into your face, that's what you need to contour. So your jawline, your cheekbone area, your nose, and under your lip if you want to make your lip look nice and pouty. I'll talk about lips later on in the video. Number 7 is blush. Now, don't underestimate the power of blush. It can make a huge difference to your makeup look. If you apply blush just on the apples of your cheek, it will give you just a nice healthy flush, whereas if you apply it up the cheekbone, it can give you a nice highlight. Now, if you have acne like I do, I get a few spots around this area, so try and avoid using shimmery blushes, because it can actually highlight those spots. So today I've used a matte pink blusher, so it's just going on top of my problem spots without accentuating them. Tip number 8 is eyeliner. So a lot of people like to put black eyeliner in their waterline, but what they don't realize is they're actually closing their eyes in and they're making their eyes look quite small. So instead, what you should do is either put a white or a skin toned eyeliner in the waterline, and what it will do is it will make your eyes look wider and more awake. Tip number 9 is lashes. Now, just get your eyelash curler if you have one. If you don't, I would say invest in one, because it makes a huge difference to the appearance of your eyelashes. Just get your eyelash curler and heat it up a little bit for like 5 to 7 seconds, and then clamp it down on your lashes and hold it down for 10 seconds. It will work as a heating tool, like on your hair, straightening your hair. It will hold the curl for a lot longer than if you didn't heat it up. Number 10 is all about lips. To line your lips, I would say use something a little bit darker than your natural lip color, and have a good look at your lips. If your lips are naturally thinner, so my top lip is naturally thinner on the outsides, so when I do my lip liner, I just overdraw slightly the outer part, and that will give me a more plump look on my top lip. After I line my lips, I'm just going to use a nice pinky nude color all over my lips and blend the lip liner together. Then I'm going to put a little bit of concealer on my Cupid's bow, which is this part just above your lip. And what that will do is it will highlight that area and bring that area forward. I'm also going to conceal the center of my lip, which will also make that seem more pouty and bring that forward. And then what you need to do is just go over that with a gloss, which will give you an overall plumped lip look. Okay everybody, so they're my top 10 tips. If you have any tips yourself, please leave them down below. I'd love to hear what your tips are. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I am looking at doing a series of top 10 things, so like my top 10 brushes, my top 10 lip products, things like that. So let me know if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.